Hello, and welcome to the Coachman. For today's reading, we are going to be going way back, and not necessarily to the U.S., but we're going to be going back to Native American, North American. And honestly, on this channel, if you read like the first, like maybe throughout the next, like first like 20 episodes, there's many, like there's like, I'd say about what, 5, 6, 7 stories that are much like this. And I love it because they're always the coolest like stories to me. And this one is actually from Frank Bird Linderman, and it is called How the Ducks Got Their Fine Feathers. Another night had come, and I made my way toward War Eagle's lodge. In the bright moonlight, the dead leaves of the quaking aspen fluttered down wherever the wind shook the trees. And over the village, great flocks of ducks and geese and swan passed in a never-ending procession, calling to each other in strange tones as they sped away toward the waters that never freeze. In other words, I think these, basically all these birds are migrating. In the lodge, War Eagle waited for his grandchildren, and when they entered, happily, he laid aside his pipe and said, "The duck people are traveling tonight just as they have done since the world was young. They are going away from winter because they cannot make a living when ice covers the rivers." You see, you have seen the duck people often. You have noticed that they wear fine clothes, but do not know how they got them. So I will tell you tonight. Oh, it's going to be sick. I love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. It was in the fall when the leaves are yellow that it happened, and long, long ago. The duck people have gathered to go away, just as they are doing now. The buck deer was coming down from the high ridges to visit friends in the lowlands along the streams as they have always done. On a lake, Old Man saw the duck people getting ready to go away, and at that time, they all looked alike. That is, they all wore the same colored clothes. The loons and the geese and the ducks were there and playing in the sunlight. The loons were laughing loudly, and the diving was fast and merry to see. On the hill where Old Man stood, there was a great deal of moss, and he began to tear it from the ground and roll it into a great ball. When he had gathered all he needed, he shouldered the load and started for the shore of the lake, staggering under the weight of the great burden. Finally, the duck people saw him coming with his load of moss and began to swim away from the shore. "Wait, my brothers," he called. "I have a big load here, and I am going to give you people a dance. Come and help me get these things ready." "Don't you do it," said the gray goose to the others. "That's Old Man, and he is up to something bad, I am sure." So the loon called to Old Man and said they wouldn't help him at all. I wonder if that would have been smart. Right near the water, Old Man dropped his ball of moss and then cut 20 long poles. With the poles, he built a lodge which he covered with the moss, leaving a doorway facing the lake. Inside the lodge, he built a fire, and when it grew bright, he cried, "Say, brothers, why should you treat me this way when I am here to give you a big dance? Come into the lodge." But they wouldn't do that. Finally, Old Man began to sing a song in the duck talk and keep time with his drum. The duck people liked the music and swam a little nearer to the shore, watching for trouble all the time. But Old Man sang so sweetly that pretty soon they waddled up to the lodge and went inside. Now think about it. You don't really trust this dude. He's got all this stuff and he's like, "Yo, come on over here." But you've been told by your homeboy, your homie, "Nah, Duke, I ain't going over there. Yeah, stay away from him." But they just they heard 2 good beats and they ran up in there. So I guess they got to go. The loon stopped near the door, for he believed that what the gray goose had said was true, and that old man was up to something mischief. The gray goose, too, was careful to stay close to the door, but the ducks reached all about the fire. Politely, old man passed the pipe, and they all smoked with him because it was wrong not to smoke in person's lodge if the pipe is offered. And the duck people knew that. So think about that, yeah? Somebody tells you, nah, don't go over there, yeah? But then what happens? You hear some sweet, like, it's almost like, you know what? Like, you hear, like, you're at, like, high school, yeah? And everybody's telling me, yo, don't go to this dude's house. He a little odd. Don't go to dude's house. Yeah, he's throwing a party, but don't go because it's, All of a sudden, like, you're driving by with your homies, you're, like, walking by, and you hear some thumping music. The next thing you know, you're kind of looking through the window and all that, and you see banging food, yeah? And the door's open. He's like, yo, come on in. Come get some of this. You know what I mean? Let's get busy. And then you walk in, and homies passing around the good stuff. Who says no to that? Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say no. So I see where he's going. I think these ducks, they might have been a part of, my tribe or whatever. Yeah. Come from my neck of the woods over there. Africa. Well said, old man. This is going to be the blind dance, but you will have to be painted first. Brother Mallard, name the colors. Tell how you want me to paint you. That's wicked. Now he's saying, yo, tell me what you want, yeah? How you want this done right? Well, replied the mallard drake, paint my head green and put a white circle around my throat like a necklace. Besides that, I want a brown breast and yellow legs, but I don't want my wife painted that way. That's kind of sick. Old man painted him just as he asked, and his wife too. Then the teal and the wood duck. It took a long time to paint the wood duck, and the spoonbill, and the bluebill, and the canvasback, and the goose, and the brant, and the loon, all chose their paint. Old man painted them just the way they wanted to, and kept singing all the time. They looked very pretty in the firelight, for it was night before the painting was done. Now, said old man, as this is the blind dance, when I beat up upon my drum, you must all shut your eyes tight and circle around the fire as I sing. Everyone that peeks will have sore eyes forever. Then the duck people shut their eyes and old man began to sing. Now you come, ducks, now you come. Tum, 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 tum. Around the fire they came with their eyes still shut. And as fast as they reached old man, the rascal would seize them and wring their necks. This is nasty. That's dirty. That's some dirty, dirty stuff. So they close their, number one, the question is, why would you dance around a fire with your eyes closed? That's like asking, you know what I mean? To get your toe burnt off. But, oh well. And then you get snatched up and get your neck wrung out. That's no good either. Ho! Things were going fine for old man, but the loon peeked a little bit and saw what was going on. Several other heard the fluttering and opened their eyes too. The loon cried out, "He's killing us! Let us fly!" And they did just that. There was a great squawking and quacking and fluttering as the duck people escaped from the lodge. Ho! But old man was angry, and he kicked the back of the loon, duck, and that is why his feet turn from his body when he walks or tries to stand. Yes, that is why he is a cripple today. Okay, so to be honest, I've never seen a loon duck walk, but I think I've seen a loon duck. Yeah. And they do walk funny. So you got to go check out like a loon duck and then, you'll get that one. And all the duck people that peeked that night at the dance still have sore eyes, just as old man told them they would have. Of course, they hurt and smart no more, but they stay red to pay for peeking, and always will. You have seen the mallard and the rest of the duck people. You can see that the colors old man painted so long ago are still bright and handsome, and they will stay that way forever and ever. Ho! So, I hope that you get out and then go see some of these wonderful ducks, like the mallard, the loon. They're all beautiful. And just remember, you know what I mean, that the next time somebody tells you to close your eyes and stamp around a fire, remember to keep your eyes open, don't smoke that pipe, and go home. So I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week and weekend. And until next time, take care.